Hi there, my name is David and welcome to Bricks, Blocks and Mocks. So for today, I want to show you the Nissan NISMO R35 GT-R. And this, as well as finally the Lamborghini Huracan, are now both available as sets to pre-order with custom 3D printed rims, actual printed photo instructions and some nice packaging to go with them. And yeah, this designed by David Edison. I thought of that a bit too late, but I'm probably gonna have that on this box as well. So yeah. But now, let's get into the video about the Nissan NISMO R35 GT-R. Alright, so first of all, I actually managed to cram in quite a lot of functions into this. And to start with, we have this very straightforward openable front engine hood. And this time on this model, we can actually find a relatively detailed engine inside the engine bay, which is really nice in my opinion. After that, we have some openable doors that again use my 2-point hinge technique. They are a bit hard to open and close, but a lot easier than my BMW 3 Series and my AMG GT4 door. And these are a bit more durable as well. It also has a relatively detailed interior with the steering wheel of course on the right side. Unfortunately it doesn't have any rear seats, but it does fit 2 minifigs inside. And after that we actually even have an openable trunk this time, and that is also very straightforward to open and close, so that's good, but it doesn't really fit too much inside. The most fragile part is probably this roof, but it can easily be modified to be a bit more durable if you don't care about fitting minifigs inside the car. And of course, as I mentioned before, it also has these custom 6-spoke GDM style 3D printed rims, which look very good. And like my AMG GT4 door, I also decided to use these orange wheels that is supposed to represent the brake calipers, and I think it adds a bit more color, which is very nice. And now let's talk a little bit about the building techniques for this model. First, a very interesting detail is the logo, which I used one of these bracket type pieces that fits around a minifig necks or whatever, which here is attached to a 1x1 round dark red plate, and also a 1x1 modified brick with a headlight that sits on the side that the whole thing is attached to. And yeah, it represents the logo very well in my opinion. The engine is created with some of these 1x1 modified plates with light attachments, and it works fantastic for it. The doors, as I mentioned before, use my 2-point hinge technique as always, but I always use some different solutions to attach the doors. And this time I used 2x2 jumper plates that is attached on an angle, and on those 2x2 jumper plates it sits 2 tap pieces, and it's on those tap pieces that the arms for the 2-point hinge technique are attached to the doors. Another thing I really like, which I've used before, is the seat design, and they are created in a very simple ways with some normal and inverted 1x2 curved slopes, and then some these like special modified 2x2 bricks, and then the seats are attached to this 1x1 Technic brick to be able to be angled a bit. And of course, if you use a modified 1x1 brick with studs on the opposite sides, you can attach these seats on the opposite sides of each other here instead, as it is a positive stud instead of this negative on the Technic brick. But what I found out is attaching a positive stud to the negative attachment on the Technic bricks is a lot more durable than just attaching a normal positive stud to a normal negative stud like on the plates and stuff like that. The absolute most interesting part with the most interesting building techniques is absolutely the rear of the car, especially these rear lights, which look so good in my opinion. And to create these round rear lights, I use some 1x1 round plates in dark red with a bar hole inside, and then I attach some modified 1x1 round plates with these bars that are in light bluish gray into those bar holes. And yeah, then to get a very tiny height difference between these lights, I use some brackets and some snot techniques just to get all of this together. And yeah, to create this rear is just a lot of snot techniques. It starts going in all directions and everything. And the last thing that could be interesting to mention is the spoiler, which is 7 studs wide. And again, I use these 1x1 round plates with a bar hole inside to attach these tiles to these pins underneath the tiles into the bar holes of this round plate. And I think this is a perfect example of what my models are supposed to be, because as at the moment Lego doesn't have 7 studs long tiles, I needed to divide the spoiler into 2 parts, one with a 1x3 tile and one with a 1x4 tile, which means that the spoiler is quite fragile as it is divided. And yeah, Lego themselves wouldn't have done this, but I did it because it better scales and represents the real spoiler on the real car. And yeah, that's what my models are. They are models that are supposed to represent the real life cars as good as possible, which means that aesthetics and functionalities always are more prioritized than the durability of the mold. They are more exclusive display molds, and yeah, that's what they are. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked today's video and model, and don't forget to check out these sets because I'm so proud and excited to be releasing these sets, and it feels so good to be able to include actual printed photo instructions and custom 3D printed rims with this model. It has been so much fun to develop this, and I really hope to do more sets in the future if this turns out to be popular. So thank you so much for all your support and everything. And yeah, I think that's about it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, bye for now.